going, everybody? Good to see everybody.
How are you?
Good. Game week, man.
Yeah.
There's been a message echoed for months about the importance of you being a distributor in this offense. How do you describe sort of the proper mindset you need to be in with that goal in mind?
Yeah, I think the proper mindset is just that. There's no big plays that need to be necessarily made. We need to go out there and do our job. We need to run our routes to the right depth. We need to be able to, hold up in, protection and things like that. And I need to be able to deliver the ball, whether it's under pressure or not. Other than that, getting the ball in my hands and allowing our guys to be able to go out there and make plays and be special, which they are.
Caleb, what have you learned since you got in the league about the importance of cadences, both in terms of why they're important, but also how hard they actually might be to execute on your part?
Yeah. As you may have heard sound bites or whatever. Last year cadence was a little different than obviously this year. So I think this year it's been awesome. It's been fun to use. Being able to, hearing the other guys on the other side that hear me every single day for the past how many ever months we've been practicing versus our defense, come up to me like, the cadence is getting strong, it's getting better, it's getting harder to decipher what and when the ball is going to be snapped and things like that. So it's, positive feedback from the guys that hear me every single day. And being able to use it as a weapon is really important for us and our team. And, getting those kind of things we call dirty yards in a way is, something as small as a cadence, which is huge and important for us as an offense. But from the defense side, it's something as small as a cadence is getting us some positive yards to be able to help us, either stay on the field or, put us in advantageous positions.
How would you put into context how much your knowledge has expanded in this offseason and how much Ben has taught you leading up to this game?
Yeah, I think knowledge of football and NFL football has grown. Even just sitting in some of the meetings this year and even today and going through our first game week and just understanding things that I may not have understood last year, whether it's defenses, whether it's offense, whether it's just scheme and offense or defense. I think it's I think I've taken a step in that and got to keep taking those steps throughout this year and many years from now. But I think Ben, I've said it multiple times. I think he's been great for me. He's pushed me, but he also, like I've said many times, he's a teacher, and he'll be persistent until you get it.
Caleb, do you have? I know you never denigrated your offensive line from last year in any way, shape, or form. But do you feel more comfortable with this offensive line, especially the brand new interior? And also, what do you think about Braxton Jones having been named the left tackle?
Yeah. First part of that, yeah. No, my guys here, they've been awesome. They've been great. We got guys like Joe Tooney and Drew Dahlman and Jonah Jackson that have played many big games and many games for other teams, been in different schemes, been with other quarterbacks. So they give me a lot of knowledge. And obviously they hold up protection, with the best of them. And so do I feel good back there? I feel great and excited to get to, go to war with them. And then Braxton, he's been my left tackle since I've been here. So feel great about it. I'm happy that, he's out there. I know he's excited to get back out there after what happened last year. And I'm excited for him. And I try to encourage and, give him the best belief in himself and any feedback that we have between each other, we talk about it. But other than that, I'm excited for these guys up front to be able to showcase what they got.
Caleb, go ahead and go on.
What's unique about the Vikings defense, would you say? What's unique? You play the Vikings. What's unique about their defense?
I mean, they blitz more than any other team on any down. They load up the box. They typically want many rushers. Rushing the QB, as many one-on-ones at the least that they can have. And I think they play well together. They got a very savvy vet back there, 22. He's playing versus him. It's been fun, but also a learning experience for me. It was one of the first times that last year, and I had to adjust to it. But last year when I checked the play, he checked and I ended up checking back and forth. So it was, it's playing that game of cat and mouse, and he's been doing it for so many years. And so they got a bunch of good guys over there. 7. They obviously got the the new guys on the D line and things like that, and then also 58. He's a beast. And so being able to, maintain those guys and go out there and execute our game plan and be able to go out there and be efficient with the ball is really important for us.
Ben talked about how important it is against a Flores defense when the pressure can come from all different places to adjust mid-game. Having done that twice last year, what's the key to that?
What's the key to adjusting?
Yeah, when the
No, it's being able. So the first part of it is which we've talked about a little bit is being able to understand that there's going to be a wrinkle with Flores, and understanding that when that happens, it's a wrinkle every single week for every single team, and trying to put his team and his defense in an advantageous position, and so being able to adjust to those and be level minded throughout the whole game is really important, and then from there once you adjust, it's being able to go out there and execute, and even when things aren't in our favor, and maybe the first quarter, second quarter, whatever the case may be, in that sense of we haven't adjusted fully yet, is being able to still execute our base plays and get positive yards, positive gain, keep us on the field, and not have negative plays.
Caleb,
Do you know
what-
McCarthy at all, and are you envisioning this kind of being the start of a rivalry?
I don't necessarily really know MacArthur. We've been around each other in like camps, but that's not us hanging around each other or anything like that. I know he's a competitor. I know he's won some games in college level, and won a national championship at college level. Like I said, I think he's a competitor, and the rivalry part of it, we'll have to see.
Caleb, what have you seen year to year in growth of Roma Doomsday? And then do you feel like you've had instant chemistry or growing chemistry with Olamide Zacchaeus?
Yeah, Rome has been great. The consistent open communication that we have between each other, and his growth and him as a player, his confidence, his belief in himself, and when the ball's in the air, it's his, has grown. And I'm excited, and I trust him with full faith and full belief that if I throw the ball to him, that it'll be caught, or at the least it'll be incomplete. In 14, that's my guy, OZ. I think the connection from when he got here. I think it's also been an open communication between him and I, and there's a lot of routes where it's a very you got to know what he's doing. You got to know his body language and things like that, when he's breaking, when he's not, when he's going to snap it off, when he's going to settle, and things like that. So I think that's been a work in progress from the beginning of camp, in OTAs and things like that to now, and I think it's grown tremendously.
The Lions hung 31 on
Yep.
Vikings twice last year. In what ways is that applicable to you this week, whether it's confidence in Ben and his ability to attack, or even some strategic twists that you guys could take out of what they did?
Yeah, I think obviously, I don't think actually much of it is we got to go out there and prove it. We got to go out there and do it. I think that part of it is was the Lions and Ben with the Lions, and we all have to prove it again. And we have to prove it as Bears, and he has to prove it again as a coach that we can go out there and put up as many points as possible on them, and that's the goal every week.
As you've gotten to know Ben, what is your level of confidence just that he can bring out the best in you and this offense this season?
Yeah, I think I got the utmost confidence in Ben, and his coaching ability, his play calling, and all of that. So I think it comes down to being able to execute exactly what he puts out there for us as a team, as an offense, and when things are throughout the week, when we're messing up and things like that, which are going to happen, we got to get back in the huddle, redo it, so that when it happens on game day, we go out there and execute exactly what he dishes out for us. The Bears.
Yeah.